Hi everybody, I'm April Bloomfield and I would love to invite you into my kitchen at the Breslin. Hi everybody. Today I'm going to cook you a dish. It's a dish on the plancha. It's an Arctic char, which we have right here. It's lovely and fatty. I'm going to do it with a little bit of pickled cucumber, with a little bit of rice wine vinegar, a little bit of red onion, and a little bit of dill, and a little bit of chili just to kind of like cut through that vinegar. So I'm just going to set this aside, and then I'm going to plancha my Arctic char. We'll get a nice crispy skin and a nice medium rare in the center. So why don't you come join me and I'll show you how to cook it on the plancha. Okay, so I'm gonna cook the Arctic char right now. Come check out my sexy Jade plancha. It's like the best thing ever, really. I just already seasoned this char really lightly with a bit of salt. And the nice thing about the char is you don't need too much oil. And actually on the plancha, you don't need too much oil at all. So I'm just going to let the plancha and the fish do all the work. So I just got my little fishy right here. I'm going to put it on. The nice thing about this plancha is it's got different hot spots. So you can put it on a hot spot or a slow spot, depending on what you want to cook. So I'll just let that do its thing. It'll take like 6 minutes. So you can see the char starting to release some of the oil with the action of the plancha. It's going to be fantastic. So this is almost ready to flip. It's got a nice caramelization. We should get a crispy skin. And after that, it should probably take like another 2-3 minutes. So I'm going to take it off the plancha right now. It's a nice medium rare. It's got a lovely crispy skin. Okay, so the second dish I'm going to cook for you today is a lovely Romanesco broccoli that I picked up from the farmer's market. I'm going to cook this on the plancha with a little bit of rosemary, which will add a nice warmth to the dish and a nice aromatic flavor. I'm going to add some chili, which will add a nice background spiciness. I'm going to do some sliced garlic with the broccoli on the plancha and a little bit of salted anchovy. That'll add a nice salty background note too, with a little bit of umami thing going on. So why don't you come join me on the plancha and I'll show you how I cook it. I'm just going to lightly drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil because it doesn't really have any of its own oil. So I'm going to just lightly olive oil, give it a little season so the salt penetrates into the Romanesco broccoli. Just give it a little toss like this. Make sure it's nicely coated, and then I'm going to put it on the plancha. The nice thing about this plancha is that you can cook multiple ingredients on it one time. So, you know, you could have a little fish over here and a little vegetable over there. It's efficient. It's practically like having one big seasoned pan. You know, I've been working with Jade for about 7 years since I've been in New York, and there's nothing else that I would want in my kitchen apart from Jade range. But this one really is just perfect for a professional kitchen. And that's why I choose to use this. So hopefully you can see how it's working today, and hopefully you can get one in your kitchen too. So the next step is popping the chili on and the rosemary. I'm just going to pop it alongside so it gets some of the oils and the flavors hitting the Romanesco broccoli. You can smell the rosemary as it hits the plancha. It's a fantastic smell. Okay, so now I'm going to add the salted anchovy, and I'm just going to lay that next to the Romanesco broccoli. Then I'm going to add the sliced garlic and just let that get brown, sweet. That's the Romanesco broccoli. Just plate it in a nice, elegant way if you can. Make sure you see every ingredient, and that's it. I mean, The nice thing about Jade is they make it so easy to cook great food with efficiency and finesse. Okay, so I finished cooking my char on my sexy Jade plancha, so I'm going to start to plate. So it's super simple, a little bit of creme fraiche, just on the edge of the plate like this. Give it a little swipe, take my little cucumbers that have been pickling. They've been pickling while my char's been cooking on my Jade. A little bit of the red onion, there's a little bit of dill in there. Red onion and dill are a great combination. And then you get this great color from the red onion and a little bit of crunchiness. And then I take my char with the nice crispy skin and I just pop that down next to my creme fraiche and then a little bit of dill. And that's it. That is my char cooked on Jade plancha.